Jai Shivanaran kids will discuss the 23rd January shift to Physics JEE Mains 2026. I think the paper really very difficult and lengthy, the physics. Most of the students will be crying, only 1% are able to do, definitely very low cutoff. If you are able to solve 10 questions in physics, it's enough that one. You get very good percentile. Paper really very tough. Not in sense advanced level. The questions are very. You have to read question, bring the idea, then formula, then some questions which you have to derive. A little bit complex way of asking JEE mains. Uh, Even past 3 years, past 4 years, I never solved such a difficult paper. So definitely, we're all getting less marks. You need not to get scared. For very low marks means like for very low marks also you are going to get a good percentage. Need not to bother. Hit my assurance. Fine. Next, chemistry also difficult and tricky. Some questions are there where they've asked like a lengthy thinking you have to do. Multiple ideas are involved in 7 questions. Because of that, chemistry also has become difficult and tricky. Means students, if they attempt any paper, they are able to solve only 7 or 8 or 9, 10 questions. 10 solving is in fact very great. So finding like a little bit very difficult with the chemistry also. Next, maths, difficult and lengthy. Not only that one, difficult and lengthy. 9 questions are difficult. Physics, 14 questions or say 13 questions are difficult. Chemistry, 8 questions are difficult. So definitely I think huge impact on the percentile. So even for very low marks, you can expect a very good percentile. Overall, the paper is very difficult paper. Hmm? Okay, fine. Huh? Next, we'll see that for 60 marks, you'll get 92 percentile. I think this never happened. No, usually we'll land up this around 90, sir. So around for 60 marks only, you'll get around 92 percentile. 74 marks, 94 percentile. 79 marks, 95 percentile. Very close, because the maximum at 131 marks is what will land up 19%. This, in fact, I'm making it high. Maybe you can put 120. 108 marks, 98 percentile. 83 marks, 96 percentile. 92 marks will be 97 percentile. You see this particular, especially this one, 108 marks, 98 percentile. I think this is the lowest. No, usually this will be around 140, 150, but here it's coming 108, even lower value also. So solving some 30 questions is what the safer side for this particular paper. 98 percentile you can expect even for just around 100 marks. So this extent they have made paper. I don't know, the NTA should really see paper tough. Students will get low percentile, but maximum students will lose confidence in solving paper. They lose confidence. When they lose confidence, then definitely they are unable to solve. Instead of solving some 40, they may end up with 20. With 20 marks, what happens? You will somewhere land up like this with 20 questions only. So there's a huge impact. Paper tough. Okay, moderation will be there, but emotionally, what happens in exam? Students cannot attempt the more questions, more marks will not come. Definitely, the percentile will also get affected. Many will say like paper tough. Okay, fine, for low marks, high percentile. But when paper tough, students will lose confidence. Instead of solving some 40, 50 emails, solve only 20 questions. Then you land up here. I think the NTA should uh, not just look at the moderation and say, okay, we are adding this one. On an average, they have to maintain. They can't make one paper so much difficult that only 1% of students are able to score a better marks. The rest of everything, I think, will land up here only. It's a big loss for students who are writing this shift. I'm against this one. Uh, okay, fine. Whatever happened, we can't change it. So especially this set of students, you have to refocus on the JEE, April JEE mains. Work out some better higher level problems also. You'll be on safer side. We can't just depend on just PYQ. Means if you look at only PYQs, nowhere the PYQs only around 7 questions is what will support from each subject. 7, 7, 7, 21 questions. 21 questions means something okay, you land up here only, no? In spite of working PYQ. Whereas the other thing, when you work out the PYQ, you easily land up somewhere here. So huge gap. You see the percentile. If you work PYQ for this paper, support is this much. For other shifts, what all we have done, if you solve the PYQ, okay, fine, good. You used to land. So it's a huge percentile. This is what the paper makes very complicated, toughest, difficult, deadly, whatever you want to call, and the worst paper. Okay, fine. Next, the physics weightage. Mechanics only 6. This is something like use syllabus and only 6 questions are coming. LCT exam 7. In that too again 2 viscosity. Moment of inertia. Usually low weightage from mechanics also. Paper tough and low weightage from mechanics. LCT magnetism. 7 questions. Modern physics. Very small topic but 4 questions. Ray optics 3. Thermal physics 3. Waves and sound 1. Experimental physics. Even the balancing also highly imbalanced. Maximum when paper comes up, we expect in mechanics, and since we know mechanics higher level, no, manageable. If paper comes tough through mechanics, no, so it will be easier. But the problem is here, like something asking in this sections, no, students will not be comfortable. If tougher questions come from here, students will not be comfortable. Next, again, the 5 questions as usual, numerical based, formula based. 15 questions are there. 20 questions purely on the formula based. Formula in the sense, not like previous shifts, where you have to derive the situation, then substitute. They're not that formula based. The formula should be derived, and in that, if you substitute, you'll get it. And like this, derivation type, 3 are there. Conceptual, again, objective conceptual, 2. This is very damaging. Usually, we'll notice these two is a very like a best sections in the physics where we'll score, but these are not just simple formula based. You don't know the formula, you have to derive the formula, then you have to substitute. I think this has damaged like anything. Okay, fine. So let me go to the paper. We'll discuss the paper. In the paper only, I'll explain all the what is the difficulty level. As a teacher, also, I think 1 hour I can't solve this paper. To be frank, Hmm? You can see that how much of lengthy calculations are involved. Okay, we'll enter into the question. I'll take off the video. I don't have method. We'll send this person. First one. The question is based on polarization. When an unpolarized light falls at a particular angle on a glass plate, it is observed that reflected beam is completely polarized. The angle of refracted beam with respect to the normal. So this question is something related to okay, this is the reflected light. This unpolarized light. Unpolarized light usually will show like this. Here, this is a reflected light. Exam, you are not supposed to draw diagram. Here, to make you think, this is a polarized, linearly polarized reflected light. This is incident light. There's a air, mu of air, and there's a mu of glass. Now, what is asking that angle. Although the reflector is complete polar, the angle of refracted beam with respect to the normal is asking this angle. This angle will be 90 degree. This angle is equal to this angle. So then, what is the equation we can write? Brevester's law. From Brevester's law, tan I is equal to refractive index of glass by refractive index of air. Refractive index of glass 1.5, 1.52. Then this tan I. So we'll get the value of I. Tan inverse of 1.52. Okay, it's given, no? 57 point. Then sin I 1 into sin I equal to mu g into sin I. Can we apply this? No, here what we should do, we know I value. Here, this angle will take help of it. This total angle is how much? I plus 90 plus R. I plus 90. 90 degree, 90 degree. Instead of radians, let me go for 90 degrees. Sorry. Plus R. 90 degree plus R plus 180 degrees. Solving will get the R value. 36.7 degrees. Okay, fine. So this is the based on the polarization concept and belongs to optics. Okay, next question will take it. A prism with an angle of prism angle 75 degree and having refractive index √3 as a slab of refractive index 1.5 kept on one side of the prism as shown. Find the angle of incidence such that TR occurs at slab interface. At slab prism interface. Here it should undergo TIR. This based on the refraction concept. It is asking that particular angle, find the angle of incidence. So here we'll take the prism. Area of light is incident. Will undergo refraction. Here should undergo TIR. And we are having one boundary here. Okay, fine. This I think easily manageable. The problem is easily manageable. This angle is what being asked. Okay, let this be R1. This R2. This angle 75 degrees. This is root 3. Mu of prism. And this is mu. How to get this particular problem solved? It should undergo TR, that one. Find the angle of incidence is asking. No, what is the condition here? It should undergo TR, so the ray, so this should be the critical angle. Mu of prism sin C equal to mu of glass sine of 90 degree. Mu of prism root 3 sine of critical angle. This will become 3 by 2 into 1. I'll get the sin C value. Sin C is equal to root 3 by 2. So this will become sin C is equal to 60 degrees. Nothing but this is R2. This angle will be R2. R1 plus R2 is how much? This should be equal to 180 degrees. R1 plus R2 should be equal to, I don't know how many pages I'll add up. R1 plus R2 should be equal to angle of prism. Okay, fine. Now R1 we don't know. R2 is how much? 60 degrees, 72 degrees. So R1 will become 75. R1 will become 15 degrees. Then sin I equal to mu sin R1. Mu is how much? Root 3 sine of 15 degrees. Sine 15 degrees, 0.25 given. Sin I root 3. Sine 15 is 0.25. Sin I will end up 0.433. That also value given. I will be around 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees. So we'll go for this will be less than, such that TIR occurs. Then the angle of incidence should be less than that. Then definitely undergo TIR. A little bit lengthier. So much of calculations we have to do it. Next, this one. Dielectric constant of a medium is 3 and its magnetic permeability is mu. Find the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum to velocity of light in the medium. What is the expression for speed of the light? V equal to C by mu. Refractive index, there's a refractive index. This should be equal to further. Is asking find the ratio of velocity. Directly did this formula. V by C. Find the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum. In vacuum is C to the velocity of light in the medium. C by V should be equal to mu. Okay, this ratio further C by V is equal to mu R epsilon R. This will be 2 into 3 root 6. And this is based on EM waves. We'll go for fourth question. This is 4 charges are kept as shown in the figure. Find the magnitude of electric field at point P. P is the midpoint of the line AB. So what do you mean by line AB? This is a line AB. Yeah? This is A. This is B. P is the midpoint. Then this will become one dipole. And this will become one other dipole. And this will become one dipole. This is what? Another dipole. Dipole concept, you have to bring it. So for the, and what about the point P? The point P will lie on the axis of the dipole. Okay, so this will be bisector. Point P here, it will lie on the axis of dipole of this dipole B, will be on the bisector of dipole A. So the resultant field is being asked. You find very difficult. I'll bring the diagram. P1, P2, and the midpoint will come here. $40 centimeter. Okay, fine now. Able to analyze. It's very simple. Now due to 1, how the P bar will be? E1 will be directed like this. And E2 will be directed in the direction of dipole. Magnitude is asking. E1 square plus E2 square. E1 will be K P1. Okay, call this is R. K P1 by R cube. No, it is. Here's what the formulas, if you can remember. Okay, or else very big. Or else you have to derive in exam. Whole square plus K P2 R cube whole square, as they are equidistant. K by R cube will come outside. P1 square plus P2 square. What is P1? P1 will become equal to 4 into 1. 4 micro into 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter will be 0.01. So this will become 4 into 10 to power of minus 8. P2 is how much? 2 micro into 0.01 centimeter. This will become 2 into 10 to power of minus 8. Substituting them, solving. Now what is the value of K? K will be 9 into 10 to power of 9. And what about R value? R value will be 0.4 meter. Everything convert into meter. We'll get the answer. Then the calculations again. The 10 to power of minus 8 you have to bring. 10 to power of 9 is there. I'll do it. You can see it. 0.4 whole cube. P1 will be now simplify it. We'll get the answer. Next one, question number 5. A particle is projected from bottom of inclined plane with speed u. Find the distance squared along the plane before coming to rest. What is the retardation? It will undergo retardation how much? A. which is equal to G sine theta. So 0 square minus U square equal to 2 minus A into X. U square equal to 2 G sine theta. X equal to U square 2G sine theta. We'll take the next question. Energy released per fission of uranium-235 is 190 megaelectron-volt. Then the total energy released by 47 gram of uranium-235 is that directly based on the fission, nuclear physics. Now, you have to bring the idea of the chemistry here. Nothing is there. Total energy is by 47 gram. In 47 gram, how many number of atoms will be there? Number of fission equal to mass will be 47. I'll write down the formula. Mass of substance, molecular mass into Avogadro number. Mass will be 47. Uranium-235 into Avogadro number. Avogadro number will be 6 into 10 to the power of 23. These are number of atoms or fission. After getting this, the energy released, what we do now, this will be in one fission 190 megaelectron volt. Find the value of X. In megaelectron volt only is asking. So therefore the total energy release will be number of atoms into energy released in one fission. 47, 235, 6 into 10 to the power of 23, 190 megaelectron volt. This you have to solve. We'll end up with 228. Question number 7. For the given logic gate circuit, choose the correct truth table. So which truth table will satisfy the conditions? Now let this be A, this is A, this is A, this is B. This will become A plus B. This will become A dot A plus B whole complement. So what is C is equal to A dot A plus B whole complement. This will become A complement plus A plus B whole complement. A complement A plus B whole complement will become A complement dot B complement. A complement I'll take outside. 1 plus B complement will become only A complement. So the output depends only on A complement. This will be your answer. Okay, fine now. The output depends only on this one. Irrespective of value of B, only A complement will determine the output. If A is 0, C will be 1. A is 1, C will be 0. A0, C1, A1, C0, A0, C1, A1, C0. This is based on the thermodynamics. Now the question is, internal energy of a gas is given, U equal to 3 nRT. 1 mole of helium gas takes 126 joules and its temperature rises by 4 degrees. Atmospheric pressure is P0 and area of piston is 1. Find the distance moved by piston. So what about the pressure? So what type of process it will undergo? You have to identify this. It will undergo the isobaric process. The gas is undergoing the isobaric process. Then in isobaric process, some conditions are missing. You should tell like the gas will undergo. So dq is equal to du plus dw. du is equal to nr intensity of gas he has given 3 nr delta T. That he has given internal energy of gas. There's a very strange way of giving data. 3 nr dt and work done equal to nr dt, which is nothing but equal to work done equal to p dv. First we'll simplify. This will become 3 nr dt. This will become nr dt. So this everything will become 4 nr dt. So nr dt you can write p dv. So 4 p dv. So dq value given p dv. dv what you can write? A into dx. What is the pressure of gas? Pressure of gas will remain P naught only. So dq equal to how much? 126. 4 into 10 to the power of 5. Area of cross section of piston. 17 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into dx. Solving this, we'll get the required answer. 18.5 centimeter. This particular condition, sir, how it will be isobaric process? Is telling atmospheric pressure is P naught and area of piston is find the distance moved by piston, such that pressure of gas remains same. Slowly it moves the piston. Find the distance moved by the piston slowly. Then it will become isobaric process. Some this data, final exam will be there. Find the distance moved by the piston slowly. Then the pressure remains constant. Here how much pressure? P naught A. P naught A. Then the gas is undergoing the isobaric process. Okay, fine. In exam, this will be mentioned. The what process the gas will undergo, that situations will be mentioned, and based on that situation, if the piston moves slowly, if this piston moves slowly, this is a piston. I think I'll indicate. All of you look at here. This is a piston. If this piston moves slowly, then the gas will undergo isobaric process. If it accelerates, will be general thermodynamic process. If it's a fixed isochoric. Hope you are getting some idea. This is what actually why the paper tough means, not like something tough question. That idea should strike for you. No, this is based on the photoelectric effect. Choose correct options. Number of photons required for a light beam to a 2000 picometer wavelength and 1 joule energy is. What is the formula for number of photons formula? Light beam wavelength and this is telling the energy. Light with wavelength 300. First we'll check the option A. With the option A will work out first. Number of photons is equal to power of the source by energy of the photon. Power into energy of photon Sc by lambda. This will become number of photons per second. Now if you want only Number of photons means n into t. All these are number of, this formula is number of photons per second. So this will become Pt lambda Sc. P into T will become energy. U, I'll write it. Let me not E. E was the energy of the photon. So U lambda Sc. This will give number of photons. Next, again, light with wavelength 300 nanometers, energy E1, and for wavelength 9 as energy E2. Same formula you are going to apply it. Now he has changed its symbols. Don't get scared. This is option A. Option B. Number of photons N1 U1 lambda by Sc. N2 equal to U2 lambda by Sc. E1 is U1. Next again, frequency of light is 4 point. Then its wavelength will be. V equal to how much? It will become C by lambda. Again verify this. Next, you have to do calculation and verify it. He has given the wavelength and the frequency. Frequency is there, wavelength is there. Substitute and check it. Will it satisfy this equation? If electrons and protons are excited by same potential difference, then their de Broglie wavelength are equal. Not possible, no? What is the de Broglie wavelength formula? Lambda equal to h by mv. When they are accelerated by same potential, 2m k. Or further, this will become lambda is equal to h by under root 2m. Charge will be same, potential will be v naught, but mass will be different, no? So lambda will be proportional to 1 by root m. Not possible. This is also not possible. Only A and C are correct. Multiple ideas. Photoelectric effect, matter waves. So these are like a what all concepts involve matter waves and photoelectric effect. We'll take the next one. A bomb at rest explodes into 3 pieces in the ratio of masses 2:2:3. The identical masses fly off perpendicular to each other with 18 meters per second. Find the speed of third piece. So we have usually a bomb. Then it will break up into identical into 3 pieces of ratio of masses. The identical masses will fly off like this. Then what is the total mass did he give? Okay, what is the total mass? We'll make it 9m. In that 2m will be here, 2m will be here. What about the 3m? The 3m will fly here like this. This particular speed is what we have to calculate. Find the speed of third particle, v3. This will be v. This will be v. And initially it was at rest. Apply conservation of momentum. This will be quite manageable based on center of mass or system of particles. 0 equal to 2mv I cap, 2mv j cap plus 3m v3 bar. That m will get cancelled out. v3 bar equal to minus minus 2v outside I cap plus j cap is asking speed 2v root of 1 square plus 1 square to root 2v. Substitute the values, we'll get this one. Center of mass will not shift. Is a test, will continue to be a test. 11th one. 1 mole of diatomic gas is expanding isothermally from V to 2V at 27 degrees Celsius. The magnitude of work done by the gas in this case is same as the work done in a process when temperature is 27, final temperature is. What is the work done in isothermal process? Work done is equal to 1 mole Nr temperature T1 log of 2VV. In isobaric, in adiabatic process, what is the work done? Minus delta U. So this will become Nr temperature T minus T1 by gamma minus 1. What is the gamma? Diatomic gas. Diatomic gas will be 7 by 5. These two works are equal. Nr will get cancelled out. T1 will be how much? 300. So 300 log 2 is equal to T minus 300 7 by 5 minus 1. Temperature will be 261.82 Kelvin. You have to convert again degree Celsius. Will become minus 56. Nearest value 57. In exam again doing conversions all, it will be lengthier because again this year what you should write here, you want in degrees Celsius, no? So 261.82 will be 273 plus theta. Solve for theta. That theta is what? This one. Because in degrees Celsius the units are there. 12th one. A parachutist jumps from a helicopter. It falls freely for 2 seconds. Then he opens parachute, which produces retardation of 3 meters. When his height from the ground is 10 meters, velocity is 5. Find his initial height from the ground. I think this is a typical question which you might have come across in most of the books, material books available. He will undergo retardation. Next, it will fall freely. The total height is what we have to get. Here he will undergo retardation. Retardation is how much? 3 meter per second square. Here it will be. So we will drop from the rest. It falls freely for 2 seconds. Then you open parachute. Wait. Okay, fine. This is falls freely. What is the time? For 2 seconds, it will fall. It will cover height h1, height h2. When his height is from the ground 10 meter, his velocity is 5 meter. Okay, first we'll calculate this velocity v1. What is v1 equal to? 0 plus g into t1. 10 into 2. 20 meter per second. Next, what he'll do? He will undergo retardation. For certain time. When his height from the ground is 10 meter, his velocity is. This height he has given 10 meter. V1 we know, and retardation. We'll get the H1. First we'll calculate H1. H1 will be G T1 square by 2. 10 by 2, 2 square, 20 meter. After this, what we should calculate? We should calculate the H2. How to calculate H2? H2 will be 5 square two minus a H2. V1 will be how much? 20 square. Retardation minus 3 will get H2. 25 minus 400 minus 6 H2. Solving will get H2. 375 by 6. So total height add up all this. Just wait, I'll receive one call. Okay, fine. TV volume was very high. We'll take the next 13th one. A disk of mass m and radius r is given. Two disks of radius r by 4. Here, r by 4 are cut from this, whose center at 135-degree angle. Nothing to do, they are perpendicular. Here, this will become 45. This is 90. Don't bother this angle. Their peripheries touch larger disk. Means the rim of the smaller disk will touch the rim of the larger disk. If moment of inertia of the disk about center. You have to be careful about small conditions given. Now first we'll define the sigma. Sigma equal to m by pi r square. I think this is very important. Then we'll calculate the mass which is eliminated. Sigma into pi r by 4 whole square will become m by 16. Then directly the moment of inertia. So what we should assume now? This we should assume as to be this is a disk. Then in this 45 degree it will come here. This is r radius. This value will write it as, this radius is how much? R by 4. O will call C. What is the distance OC? OC will be R minus R by 4. 3R by 4. Problem very simple. Then what we have to is cut. We have to subtract the moment of inertia of this one. The formula will be. I need a lot of space. Okay, we'll write it here. Moment of inertia of the disk without hole minus 2 times moment of inertia of hole about this axis. Then this will become this value. I'll call it as I naught. I naught will become how much? M r square by 2. Full disturbance sound please don't disturb. I1 equal to moment of inertia of individual disk. Individual disk will be m1 r by 4 whole square by 2 about the center of mass plus m1 into 3r by 4 whole square. I1. This we have to add up. Now it will be like this. So what is this one? Moment of inertia of the green color disk without hole will be as usual mr square by 2. In that you have to subtract moment of inertia of these two small disks. Then moment of inertia about their center, m mass of the disk m1 r by 4 whole square by 2 plus m1 into this distance OC. OC is how much? 3r by 4. So your equation will end up like this. I is equal to mr square by 2 minus 2 times of m1 r by 4 whole square by 2 plus m1 3r by 4 whole square. What is m1? m by 16. So substitute positive only because we are subtracted, no? This one. Solving this, we'll get the required answer. We'll take the next one. The equilateral triangular frame has a current and the side of the frame is 4 by 3 and magnetic field at the center. See, we need this distance. How to calculate the distance? Call this is x, this is y. This angle is 60 degrees. Call this is a sine 60 degree equal to y plus x by a. Y plus x equal to a root 3 by 2. In that the ratio y by x will be 2:1. So y equal to 2x. 2x plus x a root 3 by 2. X equal to a by 2 root 3. This like this. Now we'll define it. Now what is the angle made by the individual wire? Okay, this is the no. Come for this angle. This angle will be called theta. This is theta. And this length is You can call this as a D or X, where D equal to X. This is current I. So now we know the value of D. Theta value is needed. So each side is 4 by 3. So this will become A by 2. So again, what you should calculate sine theta. Sine theta equal to A by 2 under root of A square by 4 plus D square. This is D. Okay, fine. We'll get the sine theta. Like this, due to individual, now come for this one. Due to this rod, magnet will be out of the plane. Due to this rod, magnet will out of the plane. Due to this current carrying side will be out of the plane, and all these distances will be same. Is it okay then? This will be centroid, no? The distance of centroid, the normal distance of centroid from the side, I think should be same in all the directions. So your everything will become, the magnet field at center will be 3 times of magnet field due to the side, mu naught I 4 pi d sine theta plus sine theta. We know all the values. We have calculated d value, sine theta value, then substituting them and solving. Calculations definitely will be a troublesome one. Will not that easier what we think. Will come this one. D value, okay, we have, there's a D value. Uh, 15th one. An experiment is performed for comparing EMF of two cells using potentiometer. For first cell, balancing length was achieved at 200 centimeter, and for second cell, it was achieved 150. If least count of measurement of length of potentiometer wire is 1 cent, the percentage error in the ratio of EMF of two cells. Something potentiometer very rare, should not have asked potentiometer. Actually, it's not a part of syllabus. Anyway, I'll give the idea. The balancing length will be proportional to the current performed EMF of cell. I'll give the diagram. It'll be easy for you. This is a standard cell. And this is the potentiometer wire. Next, we are bringing an voltmeter, EMF of cells. This is standard E naught, a current I will flow. This balancing length depends on this condition. L1. Let me, I need some place. Next, another one, balancing length. Let this be L2. So this will become E2, this L2. Current will be same current will flow. And this having resistance per unit length, so that E1 will become lambda L1, E2 will become lambda L2. Here galvanometer, it will not show any deflection. So he's asking the percentage error in the ratio of that one. What do you mean by ratio? Alpha will take it E1 by E2, which is equal to lambda L1 by lambda L2. This alpha equal to L1 by L2. So d alpha by alpha is equal to dl1 by l1 dl2 by l2. If the least count measurement per potential 1 centimeter. So what is the dl1? dl1 will be 1 centimeter only, and the l1 value is given. So we'll calculate. This will be 1 by 200 plus or minus 1 by 150. Solve it, we'll get this one. Potentiometer, current LCT, very rare. It is not there for JEE Mains. 16th one. A small ring is given some velocity along the axis of a solenoid and it remains coaxial with solenoid. Current in solenoid is, number of turns per unit length is, radius of the ring is 1 centimeter and resistance is 10 ohm. Find the RMS value of induced current in the ring. You are going to get confused a lot of what actually it is. This is a solenoid. Assume like this. Then it's bringing a ring. Ring is given some velocity. Here it is a ring. This ring is given a velocity where inside this current is I naught sine omega t, and it will produce a magnetic field. Solenoid will produce magnetic field. This is a B bar, which is equal to mu naught Ni. This is a ring. This part is a ring. So directly first we'll calculate flux. Small ring. It's a small ring. So this will become area of the ring into B, which will become A mu naught Ni. Flux equal to A mu naught number of turns. This is equal to 10 sine omega t. All the values are given. Radius of the ring is given. A equal to how much? Pi r square. And its resistance also given. RMS value of induced current. So this will differentiate d phi by dt. 10 mu naught n a omega cos omega t. This will be EMF induced 10 mu naught n a omega. This value will become E naught. Then I equal to E by R. E naught R cos omega t. You have to lot of calculations involved here. This is okay. Sir, what about this current? What about this current? This current and this current are different. This will call induced current. Where do that induced current will flow? In the ring. I naught I'll call it. Some other symbol. Is asking to get the induced current. We'll write I. This I will flow here. This I will flow in this ring. When this current I flows through the solenoid, it will produce a magnetic field. And in this magnetic field, this ring is present. And since this magnetic field, this I varies, B varies. As the B varies, flux linking varies. EMF, according to Faraday law, EMF will be induced. Due to variable induced EMF, variable current flows. Okay, fine. Now he's asking the RMS value, E naught R by root 2. What is the RMS value of this will be? IRMS is equal to I by root 2. E naught root 2 R. What is the E naught value? E naught value will be 10 mu naught number of turns per unit length, area of cross section, omega root 2 R. Substitute all this, we'll get the RMS value. This will be number of turns. Omega value given, resistance capital R, radius of the ring small r, 1 centimeter, 0.01 meter. You have to substitute like this. And this is based on electromagnetic induction. Which of the following is isobaric pairs? What is the condition for isobaric? I think it's based on the nuclear physics. Huh? Two questions from nuclear physics. What do you mean by isobars? Having same nucleons. Same number of nucleons. So both are having 3, here 3, 13, not possible. 14, 13, not possible. 16, 15, not possible. So these two, tritium, and this is helium isotope. They are the isobaric. One more dangerous question. Huh? 2-point charges called Q1, Q2 are placed in external field where A equal to some constant, it is SI unit. Find potential of system. Q1, this is Q2. And look at the field, radially outward field. In that radial outward field, and I'm just showing that field, rough diagram. Okay, this is the E bar vector. Now there are 2-point charges are there. One is at -9, other will be at 9. 2-point charges will indicate 2-point charges. One charge, negative charge is here. The other will be positive charge. What about the charges? The charges are like this. Negative charge at the positive distance, minus Q2. This will be plus Q1. And they are at a distance 6. First, what all will be there? We have to calculate the potential at these points because we need energy of the system. How to calculate from electric field? We'll calculate the potential, then interaction potential G, then we'll further proceed. Yeah? Little bit very strange idea. I think only if they ask in advance, we'll think it, but in mains, no. Not possible within 2 minutes to analyze this one. First, what we'll calculate is, we'll calculate the potential produced by the field. We'll calculate the electric potential due to this external field D. And these are the charges kept. Interaction potential G between the point charges will be there. Between the electric field and point charges should be calculated. For that, we should know what is the potential at A and B. I'll write potential here A, B. We'll proceed like this. Directly the potential equal to minus integral of E dr. At infinity, what is the potential will be 0. At a distance r, let it be b. B equal to minus, this will become a r square dr. Solving this, we will get as a by r. I think now okay, we are call x2, x1. The total energy of system will be interaction potential between 1, 2. Interaction potential between the field and 1, between the field and 2. Interaction potential between the charges will be k q1 q2 minus 2x. What about the field? Potential at 1 will be potential at b into q1. Potential at a minus q2. So this will become minus k q1 q2 2x. Potential at b. Potential at b will become a by x1 into q1 you should not substitute again x1 x2 negative sign, just leave it because there's a distance, no? Then solving will get the total energy. Very, very difficult. 18. This based on ray optics lens. When an object is kept at distance 8 cm and 24 cm from a convex lens, magnitude of magnification is same in both cases. Find the focal length of the lens. We'll go for directly a lens. This question manageable. This question. Focal length of the lens we have to calculate. Object kept at 8 cm. I'll keep object here. Then image will be formed. O1, I1. Similarly, I'll keep object here. O2. The image will be I2. H0, H0, H1, this H2. This is 8 cm. This is 24 cm. Or this will become U1, U2. This will become V1. This will become V2. Then what you should do? Magnifications are equal. Magnitude of magnification. With this, we should calculate the focal length. Suppose if you don't know all that one, so you can take help of the simple mass, what you know it. Magnifications are equal. M1 equal to M2. What is the magnification? V1 by U1 equal to V2 by U2. We know U1 and U2. V1, V2 has to be calculated. 1 by V1 minus of minus 8 focal length. 1 by V2. V1 also will be negative. V2 will be a positive. Okay, V2, this will be minus 24 equal to 1 by. This will solve it. V1 will be 1 by F minus 8 equal to 1 by V1. V1 equal to 8F by 8 minus F. Similarly, V2 will be 1 by F minus I took calculation. Okay, we'll take this one. We'll solve this also. 1 by V2 equal to 1 by F minus 24. V2 equal to 24F by 24 minus F. Now, V1 by V2 ratios, we'll get U1 by U2. Substitute here, solve for F. We'll get the focal length. I have to solve this one. Question number 19. 16 centimeter will come. A little bit lengthy. If you know magnification formula, okay, fine, good. Or else you have to use this method. I will take the next one. Speed of sound at 0 is V0 and T2 speed becomes 2 V0. Find alpha. Is asking to get the temperature. So there's a problem based on the wave send sound. V1 equal to gamma R T1 by M0. V2 equal to gamma R theta plus 273 by M0. This is V0. Gamma R 0 plus 273 by M0. V2. As usual, these two will divide it. This will become 2 V0. So 2 V0 by V0. Theta equal to 3 into 273. This will come in degrees Celsius. 819. This in degrees. Next we'll take a metallic sphere of diameter 2 mm and density. It's dropped in glycerin having viscosity 10 points and density. The terminal velocity attained by the sphere, I think, is based on the terminal velocity 2gr square 9 eta density of the solid minus density of the liquid. Eta equal 10 points. Directly substitute. It's a directly substitution type. You have to work out. Diameter 2 millimeter. Diameter 2 millimeter means the radius will become 2 millimeter by 2 will become 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This will be radius. Density 10.5 gram cubic. Density of solid 10.5 gram 1000 by 1000 cubic cc 10 to power of 6. So many calculations are there. Like this, you have to convert into kg per cubic meter. Or is asking in centimeter. We'll check it. The terminal was attained by the sphere. Oh, no need to convert. Leave like this. G value convert into centimeter. Better. And this conversion not needed. A little bit calculations work out. 21, 22. A parallel plate capacitor with plate separation 5 mm is charged by battery. On introducing a mica sheet of 2 mm while battery is connected, it is found that it draws 25% more charge than the dielectric constant of mica. I think this, if you draw the circuit manageable, this is initially capacitor and it is connected across a cell. We are going to bring a mica sheet. Now, what is the additional charge drawn by it? Earlier charge Q1 minus Q1, capacitor C1, batteries E. Now capacitance will become C2, charge will be Q2. Now mica sheet. So what is the distance? There's a distance. This is thickness T. D is 5 millimeter. T is 2 millimeter. If you directly know the formula, use the formula. Or else you have to bring the series parallel concept. What is the formula for capacitance filled with a dielectric slab? You have to recollect that particular formula. If you know formula, very easy. Capacitance with dielectric slab. Dielectric slab. Well, instead of, or we can go for series parallel. Formula will be earlier C1. C1 is epsilon naught A by D. I'll use this formula epsilon naught A D minus T 1 plus 1 by Q. What is Q1? Q1 equal to C1E. What is the D? D is 5 millimeter. T is 2 millimeter. 25% more charge. The dielectric constant. So 25% more means Q2 should be equal to how much? Q2 should be 25% more. Q1 by 4 plus Q1 will become 5 Q1 by 4. So we'll substitute here Q2 equal to 5 Q1 by 4 equal to C2 into E. Q1 equal to how much? Q1 equal to C1E. 5 epsilon naught A by D epsilon naught A D minus T. I'll adjust these things. some space needed. I'll conclude here only. There's a tab, no? Very least less space will be there. No. Will become d minus t. So f naught a will cancel out. D minus t 1 plus 1 by. This will be easiest approach. 5 by d equal to 1 by d minus t 1 plus 1 by k. You know all the values. D value, t value, get the k. 23rd. Time taken to achieve terminal velocity by a body depends on density of material, density of liquid, radius of material, and viscosity. Oh, something based on dimension analysis or viscosity chapter. Time is equal to k rho a r b viscosity c density d. This is, I think, dimensionally manageable. Provided you should know all these particular formulas. That's what, see, like questions have become so lengthy. If time permits, you can work out. Okay, the time dimensions of this is t. Something dimensions of density will be m1 l minus cube a. Radius of material m0 l1 b. Coefficient of viscosity. The dimensions of coefficient of viscosity will be m l1 l minus 1 t1. What is sigma? Sigma will be density of the liquid. Comparing all the dimensions, so this will become T M. Okay, this is C, this is D. M will be A plus C plus D. L will be minus 3A plus B minus C minus 3D. T will be minus C. Then solving. A plus C plus D is equal to 0. Then minus 3A plus B minus C plus 3D equal to 0. We'll get all this one. We'll get 1. Lengthier. Now, surface tension. An air bubble inside water at depth rises to surface. At bottom, temperature T1 and volume is V1. And at surface, the temperature is T2. Find final volume. It's not surface tension, something like KTG. What is the entire question is, it's like there's an air bubble. Where the air bubble, something the question information is like this. Find the final volume is asking. Here the volume V1, V2. Pressure P2, P1. And the temperature T2, T1. He has not given surface tension. No surface tension effect. There's no surface tension means what is the pressure outside? There will be pressure inside. What is the pressure outside? P naught. Pressure inside will be P naught plus rho GH. Then number of moles will remain same. So P1 V1 R T1 equal to P2 V2 R T2. P1 is P naught plus rho GH V1 by T1 P2 V2 by T2. Since no surface tension, therefore the pressure inside and outside will be same. How much of pressure inside and outside will be same. Okay, fine. Huh? Do calculation, will get answer. It's very good. Huh? No surface tension. The entire concept is this one. No surface tension. So therefore the pressure inside and outside will be same. 25, the last one. Two beads P and Q move along two wires and semi-circular summation both are shown having same mass horizontal. Find the relation of time taken to reach A by the beads. He's asking only the comparison. Huh? So here directly take it. So this is R. This will become R root 2. Horizontal velocities will remain same. So when it is here, it will have velocity V1, V2. What about other particles? Two particles will choose. One, this particle. The other one is this one. What about the velocity of the first particle? The velocity of first particle will be V only. This will keep on change, but its horizontal component will remain V only. So what is the distance covered by this horizontal component? V is equal to distance covered by this will be 2R by time TQ. Distance covered by this will be R plus R by root 2 by TP. Two by TQ is equal to 1.7 TP. TP is equal to 1.7 by 2 into TQ. So TP less than TQ. Sir, what do you mean by 1.7? 1 by root 2. Value of 1 by root 2 how much? Approximately 0.7 we can write it. What is the basic idea? The horizontal component, okay, it will V1, V2 will be, but horizontal component will remain V only. We'll conclude. Paper lengthy, tough. I account to me, though your marks is less, still you are going to get a better percentile. Okay, fine, kids. Need not to get scared. Okay, prepare for your board exam over there and parallelly prepare for the JEE second mains. Thank you for great support. We'll end up the class.